Humans started off as light or ether, which became conscious of itself and manifested in a physical being. These beings were genderless and reproduced by budding, similar to plants. According to the Madame Blavatsky, these beings were the Hyperbareans. The Hyperbareans matured and evolved into the Lemurians, which are also known as the Pygmies, or the Negritos and the Negrios, the little people. The Lemurian Negroid then evolved over time to form your modern Negroid subraces of today, represented by DNA haplogroups A through E. These indigenous populations grew and formed the civilization of Atlantis, or Kush as it was called by the Madame Blavatsky. Soon after, the reptilians came from beyond the ice wall, throughout the fence system, and sought to colonize the earth. These are the original colonizers. These reptilians are commonly known as the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, or simply the Fallen. The Fallen were powerful, but they were weak to our sun, as the sun was the Earth's natural defense system against unnatural organisms, and is why many ancient cultures worship the sun. The Fallen presented themselves as God and harvested humans for food and as slaves. They mixed their reptilian DNA with human DNA to produce giants, which they used as their army. However, these giants were still susceptible to our sunlight. The reptilian known as Marduk, the heir of Anu, and his sister Ninti created a new human in the lab, the Tartarian Neanderthal, using the blood of the slain reptilian known as Kingu. The blood of Kingu mutated the Y chromosome of the human, creating the F-DNA mutation, which is found in over 90% of non-indigenous people today. This new human was very close to original man, but had recessive traits such as light skin and blue and green eyes, which made them still sensitive to excessive sunlight. So the Anunnaki created the moon, and the Tartarians and the Aryans became known as the moon-eyed people because they used the moon to see at night. The war between the indigenous and the Tartarians became so bad that they broke apart the earth in an event known as the Mud Flood, causing the reptilians to flee back beyond the ice wall from whence they came. But before the Anunnaki fled, they left the gift of melanin to the Tartarian and the Aryan, giving them the ability to daywalk. The Tartarian retreated underground and built elaborate cities, waiting until the earth became habitable again. Once the waters receded and the ice melted, the Tartarians and the Aryans emerged topside with a new ability to daywalk, thanks to the gift left to them by the Anunnaki. The indigenous earthlings that defeated the gods of Ragnarok are known in history as the Lemurian and the Atlantean, and their survivors repopulated the Americas, Africa, Southern Asia, and Oceania, while the Tartarian and the Aryans repopulated Europe, the Middle East, the steppe regions, Northern Asia, and other habitable regions in the Arctic. The Anunnaki are planning a second coming, the apocalypse, the rapture, or the great harvest, so that they can reap the seeds that they sowed. These reptilians are raising us for food, and they have implanted their direct bloodline descendants within every major government in order to control the populations.